witness. He's the ruler of God's creation. Notice, he's not the ruler just of souls and spirits. Jesus is the ruler of God's creation, and one day the entire creation will bow at his feet. Not just individuals, but birds and trees and everything else will bow at the feet of Jesus. He is the ruler of all creation. Amen. And so he says, I am the Amen, the faithful true witness, ruler of God's creation. And now he begins to address this church. Now the formula that Jesus has been using throughout the 7 churches has been essentially this. He begins with the word of affirmation, then he goes to correction, then he goes to motivation. Affirmation, correction, motivation. He usually begins with, hey, you're doing a great job here, keep going, this is wonderful. And then he says, but I have a few things against you, take note of this, take note of that, I'm really upset about that, and then he ends with motivation, with promise. This is what I have for you. So, align your life to me so we can enter into this promise together. Affirmation, correction, motivation. But with the church in Laodicea, Jesus skips affirmation altogether. And he goes right to correction. And the way he does it is actually a bit funny because for every other church, for the most part, he said, I know your deeds. And then he would go, you're doing this well, you're doing this well. But for this one, he goes, I know your deeds, that you are neither cold or hot. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth. Why does Jesus use this kind of visceral language? Why does Jesus use this kind of extreme language? I think he does it for a few reasons. What Jesus has been doing throughout the course of these 7 letters is addressing the particular temptations the church falls into, the particular temptations you fall into, the particular temptations I fall into, the particular challenges that the church experiences. And so in the first case, Jesus, his words are addressing a church that is marked by assimilation, that the church is no different than the world. And so when Jesus speaks to the churches in Revelation, he's saying, I can't tell the difference. I don't know who's a follower of me and who's a follower of this world. And the church at some point has become so close to the world that you cannot tell the difference. It's the problem of assimilation. The second challenge that Jesus